안녕하세요, 여러분. 노래방프라의 프란체스카입니다. 만나서 반갑습니다. 여러분, 한국어 자막 있을 테니까 꼭 켜주세요. 여기. Hi, everyone. I'm Francesca. Nice to see you again. If you're new here, well, welcome to my channel. I'm gonna put Korean subtitles in the options, so please turn them on if you're not comfortable with English. English is more comfortable for me, so I'm gonna choose to speak in English. Just a little life update. Um, Sorry, there was a bit of a noise in the background. Anyways, I guess in this video, I would like to talk about my recent life failures. I know I'm smiling, but the situation is pretty tragic. But you always gotta send a smile to the universe and hope for the best. It's been very difficult days, to be honest. And I would like to talk about, I don't know, I feel like many people in their 30s, because I'm in my 30s, are struggling with something similar. So if we can just be of strength to one another and just share our experiences, or if anyone can give me their advice, that would be very much appreciated. So for 1 month I had one goal, and every day I woke up thinking about it. I was working so hard towards this goal. I sacrificed money, my own stability, many opportunities for this one goal. And then just suddenly I failed, and now I feel like I'm left with nothing. So I'm still kind of settling, and I'm trying to understand what's the best way to go on with my life right now. I don't know if anything similar has happened to you, but my big dream in the last 2 years has been music. And actually, in the last 1 year, I have achieved quite a lot. I have improved a lot vocally because I was training so much towards this goal. So I cannot go specifically into details because I cannot talk about it yet. But I was participating in a kind of like survival show, if you will, like the ones they have in Korea, like K-pop star. And people just see they see the performance on TV, just 2 minutes, and they think that's just it. They just think that you walk in the TV studio and that's it, right? But no, there's just so much behind that. There's like months and months of preparation, months of audition before getting to that point. But that was good for me because I was, it was giving me the will to live. It was giving me a goal to work very hard to achieve. And so I improved my vocal technique a lot by myself, which I'm very proud of. I trained so hard, and I was trying to be very careful to my health, my vocal health and my physical health. And I said no to so many other opportunities, because when you go full in for something like music, you cannot really give yourself to other things. Like if I worked like a full-time job, then I would be so exhausted to pursue music. And I know that because I have experienced that before. When I was in Korea, I was working very hard until late at night, and I was not left with much time for music. Even if I had some time, I would just be so mentally drained to, give my full energy to it. So compared to the past, I'm very blessed and I'm very grateful because I have the time to pursue what I like. I have the possibility because I'm living in my house, like my father's house, so I don't have to pay rent, which is a huge thing not to worry about. But sorry, my voice cracked. But yeah, so I'm very blessed compared to the past. And I am very grateful, definitely. And I have released my first song. If you would like, please check it out. I will leave a link down below. My music is very particular. I'm trying to introduce a new genre in Italy, which is Italian mixed with a little bit of Korean. not necessarily K-pop. I don't identify as K-pop. That's what many people tend to think at first, because this is something very new. Like just this year in Italy, Golden just exploded. You know, K-pop demon hunters around the world, and K-pop is finally, getting more. How can I say, mainstream in Italy. I just translate my life experiences into my music, and that happens to coincide with my like experience in Korea. Like my experience in Korea was like 8 years or so. It's such a big chunk of my life that it's inevitable that it will get translated into my music. So I need to use some Korean because that's part of my life story. But in other songs, I put some Japanese as well, but that doesn't make me J-pop, right? So yeah, I've released my first song, Alieno Straniero, 외계인, 외국인. Please take a listen. I really put my heart into it. The recording, the mastering, it's not top notch, but you do what you can. Being an indie like artist with very limited resources, but that just gives an idea of what I want to do, and I have to work for my second EP, my second single, which is already done and everything, but I have to record it, and then probably in September I will release it. But now things have definitely slowed down because I suddenly don't have this goal anymore. I was working so hard towards it, and I thought everything was aligning towards that. Like everything was just going so smoothly with the auditions. Like I was working hard, and I had the impression that the team, the TV staff liked me and everything. But then, stuff happened. You will find out later. Later, I will talk about it in more detail. But, I had to rely heavily on my savings for these past months, and savings are not forever. And you always have to live in this kind of precarious situation, and you always have to be very thrifty with what you spend. Sometimes you see stuff and you're like, oh, I wish I could buy that, but I have to keep the money, for my music, for my vocal lessons, because vocal lessons cost a lot of money and stuff. So yeah, it was definitely like, I would say 7 to 8 months, pretty intense. And then suddenly I'm like, woof, everything disappeared. I'm like, okay, what do I do now, And I wish I was like in a proper company, so that they would give me more jobs, or they would keep me more busy. And there's so much that I want to do, but me and my team, we are just so small. We are just like 2 people, 3 people. So it's very hard. I have to do a lot of the job myself. Instead of just focusing on music, I have to focus on so many other aspects. And I'm not an expert, like I don't have a master in marketing or social media. Sometimes it's difficult to navigate that, and it can be pretty much overwhelming. And sometimes you just need someone that can film you, just something as small as that. So yeah, and lately I'm just rambling on about my life, but I just hope that maybe someone enjoys listening to it. If you have any questions, you can just feel free to ask. Um, so yeah, I really miss busking these days. I wish I could go and busk. I would have to buy a new small amplifier for that, but yeah, I just miss being carefree about music, just going on the street, not knowing what will happen. And you know um, it happened to me many times that I was just singing, and it appears that nobody's listening to me, but actually from the sidelines or somewhere out of my sight, there is someone listening, and they would eventually come up to you at the end of the busking session, and they would be like, oh, thank you for singing. Like, that was priceless for me. I kind of miss that contact with people and feeling like I'm being helpful to somebody, anybody. So yeah, let me see. I wrote down some notes about some stuff that I wanted to talk about, but that's basically, it's like the 30s uncertainty about life. That's basically the main topic. And if anybody can give me some advice on how to overcome this, like, it's been very hard because like I maybe you would say like, oh, why don't you hang out with some friends? But I've lived most of my life abroad. I only have one friend here, and of course she has her life and she's busy, especially now with her school exams and whatnot. So I cannot always rely on my friend and bother her um, with my life crisis, right? By the way, do you like my lip gloss? I didn't do any makeup. That's the only thing that I did, but that's so cute. That's so pretty. It's Kiko. It's like an Italian brand, and also I've worn these um, glasses with hearts. Random again. But yeah. I guess yeah, that was the main topic. I don't know if Korean people can relate to that, especially about the tenacity to pursue your dream no matter what. I think we are a very different generation from our parents. Like, we want something more from life. We are not happy. Let's say we are not content with the what is that, 9 to 5? Like, we need to feel like we are actually doing something, like for society, for ourselves. So where do you take the courage to keep on living even when things don't work out? I'm very spiritual, and why I suddenly feel like tearing up and crying, but like I'm a very spiritual person. I definitely believe like in the law of attraction, quantum physics, and all that jazz. But it feels like recently I've been wavering a little bit. Like, I've been so tired of all this. Let me just allow me to say, like, all this nonsense. Like, I don't know, guys. I'm like, I'm even tired of listening to, like, because it's been, I guess I need a break from my spirituality. Has that happened to you? Like, always believing so hard in, like, oh yeah, the universe will bring it to me. Just let it go. Just let expectation go. Don't expect anything. Just go with the flow. And I was meditating so hard every day and, doing visualization and all those kind of things. But I don't know, just recently I just feel so empty, guys. Like, I don't know, I don't have the motivation, the will to do anything. It's just so hard. Like, even watching videos on YouTube, like, anything becomes so hard. Like, I don't find the strength to motivate myself to do anything. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's time to pick up a part-time job. Although where I live, it's very complicated. I live in a very small town. There's just like hospitality jobs in like high season. Um, so yeah, it the availability of jobs is not that great. Um, it's like, it's not like when you live in Seoul or in Tokyo that you can easily find a part time. Like, we don't even have convenience stores in Italy. It's not like you can just find any franchise coffee shops and go work there, which I would really love to. Like, when I was living in Tokyo, I was working part time at a coffee shop, and I really enjoyed it. It was just like, my time off. Like, it was hard, but at the same time, it was very nice because I'm a very sociable person and I enjoy talking to people, meeting new people. And I love coffee. So yeah, that job was perfect for me. The coffee was really good. It was an Australian brand. So yeah, it's been hard here. And if you find a job here, mostly it's like full-time jobs. It's very difficult to find like those kind of part-time jobs. Like, there's very few jobs, and when you find it, they heavily rely on you. So I need to find something that would give me the balance. But yeah, I'm really stuck. I don't know what to do. Like, if anyone can just give me some advice, that would be really appreciated. Like, I feel like I cannot really move from here because I started my music project and now it's gonna take longer because everything was going so fast paced when I was racing towards that goal. Um, but now that things have calmed down, like also my music project will be slower, so I need to find something to find in to do in the meantime. You know, I have my guitar and I'm learning piano, but as I said before, it's just so hard to find the will and motivation to do anything, to just start doing anything, even exercise. Like it's been like it's been 1 year that I don't exercise as I did before, just because I'm just like, okay, why do I have to torture myself so much? Like I see other people. I've, you know, if you look at my channel, I worked so hard to lose weight, to reach like a stable weight, and then I'm like, why do I have to struggle so hard? Like 2 times, 3 times more than normal people. They just eat whatever they want, and they don't even exercise as hard as I do, and they're still looking better or skinnier than me. So I'm like, I just got tired of everything, you know? Like I don't want to do anything that stresses me. I don't want to do exercise with the stress mentality, because that's just gonna be counterproductive, right? What's the point of doing that if you don't enjoy it, right? So yeah, I'm just trying my best to stay in shape, but I wish I could train as I did like 2 years ago. It was crazy. Like, but actually, like my weight hasn't changed that much. My body has changed a little bit, I think, in the sense that I think I have more womanly shapes now. Like I don't know, maybe because in the past 2 years, while I was abroad, I could not go to the gym or whatever, so I did a lot of yoga in the room. So that also changed my body shape, I think. But yeah, so guys, please let me know if the same thing has happened to you, like the will not to do the not will to do anything, yeah, just how did you get out of your rut? That's what I'm trying to find out. I'm not sure who's gonna watch this video, but thank you for watching it. I'm sorry if I annoyed you or bothered you. If there's anything you would like me to talk about, please write it in the comments below. I think I have many topics to talk about. You know, I spent a lot of time abroad in Korea, Japan, and Australia, and I would like to talk about music as well. Please go listen to my song 외국인 외계인. That song is about my experience, you know, traveling around the world, specifically in Korea, and it's a kind of play of words. 외계인 외국인 is kind of like not feeling at home anywhere in the world, knowing that you come from the stars, because I believe, you know, in, you know, as I said before, I believe in the universe. I believe that we come from, like, we are energy and we come from another dimension kind of thing. So I believe we do have some spiritual guides. So that song talks about knowing about that, like knowing that the place where you belong to is not really here, is somewhere else, but you cannot really go back there because you have to live this human experience. But at the same time, it's very hard to find your place here, because you know you are conscious of that truth, right? So I traveled the world trying to find myself, and I came to the realization that no matter where I go, I'm always gonna feel like an alien, you know. And that's also in Korea, you know. I know now the system has changed, but when I was living there, the residence card said like alien registration card. So that also relates to my experience as a foreigner in Korea. So it's a very interesting song. I hope you give it a listen to on Spotify. If you like it, please let me know. If you would like me to sing anything for you guys, please let me know. That would be my pleasure. And yeah, I guess that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a very nice day wherever you are in the world. Bye bye.